And different staffs handle their quarterbacks differently, obviously, when it comes to the preseason. Will Jayden be going in game one?
Yes.
What's up, Commanders fans? We got some great news to tell you about our guy, Jayden Daniels. Today, we heard some great news from Dan Quinn that Jayden Daniels is going to be out there playing against the Jets this Saturday at 12 p.m. If you don't know already, he's going to be out there playing against the Jets this week. And of course, we know we have some joint practices, but Dan Quinn came out and said that he's going to be out there as well when it comes to us playing them in an actual preseason game. A few weeks ago, we heard about Joe Theismann, who came out and talked about how he feels about Jayden Daniels going out to play in the preseason. But we all know that is nonsense. He has to go out there. He's a rookie. We don't know what he can do. We don't know how he's going to perform. We can't just put him out there week one and expect greatness. No. But as long as he gets out there and shows us that he can drive down the field and complete passes and make the right decisions, that's all I ask. We have to see what he can do. We have to see what the chemistry looks like on our offense, what the chemistry looks like on our defense. The starters are going to be out there. We have to see what they can put together and what Jayden has already picked up on. And how will we know where Jayden is if we can't see him perform? Hopefully he goes out there and shows us exactly why we picked him. And people forget that Jayden played 55 games in college, so he'll be more prepared than most rookies usually be at this time. So today we got a chance to see what Jayden Daniels can do against another defense. For the most part, he did great. He completed 7 out of 15 passes. He didn't throw an interception. He even threw a deep ball to De'Ami Brown. So a lot of people underestimate the fact that these guys had to go out there and play in the rain, and let alone play in the rain. But we didn't have 3 of our starting offensive linemen. But I felt like this was a great experience to have because we got to see what our offensive line would look like if we didn't have our starters and Jayden Daniels had to go out there and play. Of course, we had high hopes going into the season, but this is the purpose of the joint practices, to see where we are weak at. And of course, it was raining, but we did get some good out of it. And the good is we seen that we still need to work on that cornerback position. And not just Emmanuel Forbes got beat, but Benjamin St-Juste as well. So if we don't do something fast, we're going to start the season off struggling. This joint practice that we had against the Jets was a reality check. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people was on a high. We felt so good about this team going into the season, and we really got smacked in the face with reality. The reality is we still got some work to do. Our defense is not what we wanted them to be. Of course, we felt like it on paper, but the reality is the chemistry is not there. And these guys are not making the plays that they need to. Of course, we still got those standouts, Dorrance Armstrong and Frankie Louvu, but we're far from where we need to be. Emmanuel Forbes played so bad against the Jets in their joint practice that a lot of people came out and spoke about Stephon Gilmore. And Emmanuel Forbes had to go up against Garrett Wilson. And during that time, he was getting torched. They're saying that we should have never drafted him. Ron Rivera made a terrible decision by getting him. And we should go out and get a guy like Stephon Gilmore. I think that's a move we need to make. Seeing that Stephon Gilmore has been in this system, so why not bring him in? Why not get him over here? He's already familiar with Dan Quinn and his system and how he runs things. So just bring him in. Give him the money. We have the money. We're not using it for anything else. We're not using it for Brandon Ayuk, seeing that Brandon Ayuk may be going to another team. So let's go ahead and make that investment, at least for a 1-year deal. This is a make or break year for Emmanuel Forbes. If he doesn't find out how to put these things together and make them work, he's going to be gone. We heard a lot about Emmanuel Forbes before this game, that he has been putting on weight, but if it doesn't show up in the game, it doesn't matter. And I'm glad that he's not a starter because he's not ready. And then the fact that he's not a starter, it gives him an opportunity to have more time to go out there and work on the things that he needs to work on, because right now he's not it. Of course, I want Emmanuel Forbes to be him. I want him to be that guy. But I thought with us changing the coaching staff that this is going to take him to another level. But it honestly hasn't. He still plays the same way. Of course, he may be a little bit heavier, but it's not doing anything for his game. And that's the number one thing we want to see. We don't just want to see the weight. We want to see you use it to your advantage. And he's not using it. And he's getting beat. I think he's in his head too much. But in that game, Emmanuel Forbes had an interception. But a lot of people didn't notice that because he was getting torched on almost every play. One thing that we are underestimating about this group of coaches we have is the fact that they see this stuff. So it's a reason why Emmanuel Forbes is not playing. It's a reason why we don't have him out there as our starter, because he's not ready. That's what's making me trust this coaching staff. They're not just putting people out there just because of their rank or where they were drafted at or how they did last season. They're doing it because of these guys working hard for it. They see it, they understand how to play, and they're playing good. I'm going to be honest with you. Josh Harris looked pissed while he was walking away from the Jets practice, and I think he's going to make a huge change for us just because he does not want this team to fall like they did last season. And I could see us going out to get a guy like Stephon Gilmore, giving him whatever he wants to make this franchise a winning franchise. Of course, we know we're not going to be headed to the Super Bowl this season, but you still want to give this team some type of fight. And I keep talking about what Dan Quinn said at the beginning of the season, where he said he wants to see how good we can be right now. So why not go out and get Stephon Gilmore? Find a way to get him over here. And if we make that move, I think we'll be a better team. Appreciate y'all for locking in with me. Let me know how y'all feel about this video. And, also let me know how y'all feel about the intro. Are you messing with it? You liking it? And also, I'm out.